Welcome back to another episode of Kenshi. My name is Tobal. We're still here in the crater and grid area, just south of the swamp. And our group is still kind of trying to recover here because we did have quite a fight. So what I'm doing is trying to get our group somewhere to hide. I need to get them out of sight because they need to recover still. They're still really injured. Alice is still down for a while because, I mean, look at that arm. 83, negative 83 on the arm, negative 31 on the chest. So she is still pretty critical. And we don't want to be bringing her anywhere near a fight right now. I actually had done some recording earlier, but unfortunately, we decided that Kenshi decided to have a little crash. So I'll cover a little bit about what I was talking about. I wound up using Tobal to explore just a bit. And I'm really not familiar with this side of the map. I know where some ruins are, but apart from that, I normally don't travel down to this side of the map all that often, so I kind of wanted to come down here just to expand my own knowledge. I found this little nook. This is kind of nice in terms of how it looks, and it's, obviously those red sabers. We fought the red sabers. We also fought the stupid swamp ninjas over here, so it's not exactly the most peaceful area. But it did offer some challenges, and the area right here is nice and flat around this lagoon or this swamp or what have you. Actually, it looks like it's part of a river. It might be the mouth of the river. So it's not a bad little spot. If we use the prospect tool, we can see that it's very high in water and fertility because it is a swamp biome, so you can grow swamp foods in here. There's not a whole lot of stone, however. My character's prospecting skill is very low, so it might even be more accurate to use this example where you just try to build it, and you can see what yield you're going to get and where. Although it kind of looks like it's really rough on stone everywhere. There's a decent amount over here. This might not be horrible. You'll get a 50% yield here. That just means more time spent. But what I find is that you normally don't have a problem getting stone. You wind up having too much stone in mid game, so getting stone is not a problem. What I would be more concerned of is finding iron and copper. But as long as you can find a node, which it looks like there's a node right behind me here for iron. There's a node over there. As long as your characters can manually extract, you are normally okay on iron and copper. There are some tools later that you can research that let you just basically mine into the ground, into the earth, for copper and iron. Where was that? So this must just be an in-ground deposit. I'm not seeing. Most of the time when you see iron in the ground on the prospector, there's also iron above the ground as well, but I don't see that here. That might just be this little piece here. That means that if you get an iron extractor or iron mine, you should be able to pop it down right there. Copper, though, looks like it might be a bit of a problem in this particular area. There's lots of iron resources here and there. There's a copper resource all the way down there. Not exactly the most accessible location around. What was over here? The bloodbath. A bunch of red sabers went down from maybe fighting. I don't see anything. Maybe they fought some animals. Iron resource there. So this spot might have some challenges in terms of the resource availability, but it still does look really nice in terms of the flat land. There is a town. I did explore it I was trying to record this video, but just across this plateau here, there's a town here called Clownsteady. We discovered that. And that is a United Cities town. So that would be a trade option. That wouldn't be a bad spot in this area. At the moment, I'm a little torn on what to do. I want to go back into the grid. I don't want to die. There's obviously, but I don't want to run into any trouble. That's one of my concerns right now is that there's red saber over here. The sand ninjas went, or sorry, the swamp ninjas went somewhere over here. Wow, did they all croak? What did they fight? They fought, it looks like maybe they fought something over here. Ooh, maybe I'll come loot their bodies when they walk away. There's a swamp ninja guy over there that's down. I might do that. I might send Tobal into the grid and have him explore because he's still faster than most of the other squad members, and he should be able to get out of trouble unless we get him in a really, really tight spot. And our other group might just have to sit here until they recover. Now, I could move them down to the city. I'm just really worried about roving patrols of, like, these guys here. More red sabers are not what we want right now because they definitely can catch up to our group quickly. I'm going to sneak real fast. I don't want to pull this group. There's a bunch of you guys that are down. What happened over here? I don't see any animal corpses. I don't see any other corpses either, like a different class or something, or a different group. Hey, do you have some nice, wonderful swords on you? Where's Toblat? There you are. Ooh, they have some nice ninja blades. These are refitted blades. So this is a bit of a step up from the normal. This is about what I have here. I have a 100% chance, so I don't think he's going to wake up. I could try to steal his dyed... Ooh, yeah. Obviously, we want turtlenecks. We want tactical turtlenecks for sure. I don't want the mask, I don't think. Well, you know what? Do I? That is a really good modifier for dust storms and gas. Not that we see gas too much, but dust storm would be nice. Disguises, when you wind up taking clothing that were from a certain faction, give you the chance to disguise as that faction. So maybe maybe it would be nice to disguise ourselves. Do we have enough for all of our squad members? There are 5 of us. 2, 3. There are 5 of them down, and there are 5 of us. We could possibly look at stealing enough uniforms to cover my squad. And maybe we could be disguised as them, so if we saw them in the distance, they wouldn't immediately come running. Now, that won't help us against the red sabers, because I think red sabers and swamp ninjas are attack on sight for each other. Would I have to have the whole uniform? Let's see. So if I am disguised, I'm what, 8%? That's it? Clothing disguise 8%. Well, why not? Why am I not more than that? Is it the pants? Do I need the full ensemble here? %. What else am I missing from their disguise? I'm dressed exactly as they are. Oh, was it really the shoes? Or did... I'm so confused. Let's see. Now I'm at 100% of disguise. Was it the fact that I didn't have the pants on earlier? Was that the problem? It was. So apparently you need to have the full uniform in order to have that 100% disguise effect. Uh-oh. Where did you come from? Oh, these are what you guys fought. Okay. Can you fight this? How tough is this thing? Oh, you should be able to kill it. Or at least, wow. Or not. Here, you go eat something over there. Jesus. That was a 71 damage shot. Okay. Well, let's not lose your freaking arm. Let's go over here. Did you just lose your mechanical arm? You didn't, but the problem is it's so damaged, I can't fix it until I get mechanical components again. Okay, good to know. Are you eating her? Oh, that's mildly disturbing. I wonder if you are going to be so distracted eating that I can come steal the rest of this. I'm going to give up on this idea of hiding like them, so I'm going to drop some of their stuff. I will take the mask, and we don't really need the turtleneck shirt thing. And I'm going to take the swords. Oh, here, let's see if we can be really quick. We are really fast, bugger. I'm going to steal the swords and the masks. I think is what I'm going to do because our rest of our group has decent clothes. Maybe I'll grab the turtlenecks, right? Can't go wrong with turtlenecks. It's a strange effect. I looted him. Oh, let's come loot this guy. Maybe the spider's really full and it doesn't want to aggro us right now because it's just, you know, peaceful. Alright, I think I've got everything. I forgot a mask or two. Shoot. It's a really uncomfortable sound. I think it's because I'm pausing the game when I'm trying to open up this, this menu. What do you got on you still? Okay, sword and your mask. Oh, can I get this without getting my fate? Oh, probably too close. This is not going to be a smart move. Run, 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 run. Okay, good. Perfect. Alright, so... Oh, damn it. There's more. These are swamp-type creatures. Oh, did I just run the wrong direction? No, we're good. We're good. We're running the right way. They're swamp-like creatures, and they are found in the swamp. They're not exceedingly fast, but if you run in the middle of a swarm of them, you can get shot, or hit, rather. And obviously they hurt a lot. That was a lot more damage than I expected from a tiny little red spider. Like 71 in one hit, where our left arm is basically completely damaged. Skeleton limbs don't degenerate, which is nice. So we have that going for us. Let's drop a bunch of these masks off on the ground. I'll drop a couple of swords, turtlenecks, and then let's have our group take a look. Who needs what? You have a crappy sword. Let's get you a ninja blade and a ninja mask. Same thing here, ninja mask, ninja blade, ninja mask, and ninja blade. Okay, and you're unconscious, but I think you can still take stuff. Let's drop that crappy armor off. It's not crappy armor per se, it's actually pretty decent, but yeah, we go tactical turtleneck, and we'll get you a... You can't pick up anything, so I have to trade with Alice. Make sure she's got her weapon. I think I was short on a mask, or do I have one? I do have one. Okay, so we're all looking like complete goofs right now, which is fine. I probably am not going to keep that, so if you don't like how that looks, that's okay. It looks a little silly. We dropped spike neck. We got a bandana on the ground. We did have all the swords in the inventory though, which is what we want because we want to be able to sell those at some point because they're going to be worth a decent amount of money. I think it might be a good idea to try to find that city and get our group over to the city to recover. Can you go down off this back area, please? Do you have to go down right off the front? Okay. What I'm going to try to do is navigate us away from any red sabers and blue sabers, green sabers, the ninjas as well. And I want to see if we can just... Laura, you're really slow too. Rin or Tobal, can you pick Laura up and just carry her? You can't carry one because your arms are basically not working right now. That's fine. Alright, there's a group of swamp ninjas down there. Dang it, this whole area is just crawling with baddies. At least it's open and you can see fairly far away. So you're not, hopefully, surprised. Now, I don't know what the range of aggression is. There's normally like a range at which enemies will see you. Are you guys eating the corpses here? By the way, oh, okay, so this group also found a pack of the blood spiders. Raptors love corpses. So whether it's a river raptor or whether it is a swamp raptor, they all are really attracted to corpses. So if you have a battle and you kill a bunch of crappy starving vagrants or something like that, you really want to find a way to dispose of the bodies because, say, around your base. If this is around your base, if it's right, here in the middle of nowhere, it's not a big deal. But if it is in your base, you may want to look at trying to find a way to dispose of the bodies because it will, in fact, attract raptors. And it might attract a lot of them, and which leads to more killing of raptors, which leads to more corpses. Oh, son of a gun. Alright, so we've just got one guy here. Oh, it's a whole squad. Let's see if I can just get them aggroed at Tobal. Oh, don't shoot me. I'm going to have Tobal run away from the group. Let's see. Well, you guys are over here. What are you up to? Are you getting aggro? I think Tobal's getting most of the aggro here. So I'm going to pull him off to the side because he's faster. So I think he can kite that group away. Okay, that's good. That's what we want. Clown Steady is... That's not what we want. Clown Steady's right over here. So I guess I'm going to have to take my characters around this loop away from the bandits. I'm going to run Tobal straight into Clown Steady to see if he can maybe drop these bandits off at the doorstep, so to speak. And maybe the guards will help us out a bit. And take a quick drink of water here while we run. Okay, so our folks here are fine-ish right now, right? There's another pack of red sabers over here. Did the main group, are they still following you, sir? I see one or two right there behind. Okay. Can I, like, sneak? Can you break off pursuit by sneaking? It doesn't seem like it. It seems like they are still really interested and they know exactly where you are. Maybe they go to your last known position. That could be it. We're close enough to Rocksteady that they should pick up that aggro, though. God, our group is so slow. So very slow. That is more of those red sabers, so I guess... Oh, God, there's so many. I'm going to pull everyone back a bit and try to just have them sneak and stop in place right now while we take care of these guys that are attacking me. I guess I'll come up... I mean, the reason I want Tobal there is because if I can get all the aggro on him, I am normally able to outrun most of the enemies, so that would be a decent plan. Oh, they're going to kill these guys. Now, I don't know if they take slaves or not, so we might get some decent loot here. What are they carrying? I think those are... Is that a Naginata? I think that's a Naginata. No, it's got a... It's like a polearm. Which one's a hang on, I'll remember the term in a second here. So the katana. Oh, I won't. It's like a... I thought it started with a D. It's the two-handed daicho. Two-handed sword in Japanese culture. All right, let's start creeping this way because Tobal's coming back this way a bit. I don't really want to make a run for it until I'm outside of this range of this group. Not that I even can make a run for it because everyone's so slow. Okay, we're detected by the animals, not necessarily the bandit group. We'll stop sneaking and try to make a move here for the city. Once we get to the city, we should be okay. We've got a couple swords that we can sell. I need to get people food, actually, because we are all a little bit low on food. And I want to make sure they can survive for the next couple of days with food. Who are you? Where are you running to? Just a random guy running away. Oh, Nodachi. That's the word I was trying to look for. Nodachi is, I believe, the big two-handed sword used in Asian culture by samurai. The Naginata is basically the polearm, I think. That's the one that has basically a katana-type blade fitted to a longer pole. So maybe the United Cities here uses Naginatas and polearms. Sorry, Naginatas and Nodachi. Band of Bones. Band of Bones? Who are you? I've never heard of or seen that faction. This is an interesting and lively little city. This might be a fun place to... if you're interested, if you really like the scavenger lifestyle and you like to let other people do the work for you, this might be a really nice spot to just park yourself. Looks like there's quite a few bodies. Now, it looks like they did pick up... Oh, they do pick them up really quick. So you'd have to be right there when the combat's starting in order to pick up the people who go down. Alright, so we made it into a town, which is more than I thought we would. Let's go into the bar. Let's go ahead and have a sit down. Let's go upstairs, and we will drop Alice off. Everyone else is going to take a nap. Once we drop her off, I'll have Jade plop down in a bed as well. I think when your limbs are damaged, they just kind of flop around a little bit when you're in a neutral position. It's quite nice. Alright, I'll take a quick break here, and I'll come back once everyone's all healed up. Okay, so most of our characters are back to a point where they can run and move fast enough. Alice still has some arm damage, so we'll let that heal up over time. That should be healing up, assuming we don't get into another big scuffle again. Who's got a fight over here? Outlaw farmers and the guards. So I want to go back to the grid. So I'm going to try to get our group back, heading back that way. I did go ahead and sell those couple swords that I had that we looted from the swamp ninjas. So that's something to make a little bit of profit. Unfortunately, we gotta be careful here. Noble Hunter, if you get too close to a Noble Hunter, I think they get real sassy with you, and they could even aggro you. So we gotta be a little bit careful around them. In fact, I kind of want to maybe just take a different route all the way around them. But yeah, I want to go back to the grid. I want to be, now that we know Clown Steady's there, if we do pull any big groups that we have to lose, I could possibly kite them over to Clown Steady. So that might be an option. We'll just have to be really careful, and hopefully we won't spend the entire time running through the grid at night. Because we wound up uncovering this... we did wind up uncovering this workshop complex, and I haven't even been able to look at it yet because at the time we were running, we were kind of running for our lives. So let's go ahead and do that. Man, I hate these masks. They look so goofy. They're not worth anything either. I checked the price, so we'll go back to the old standby, whatever these people happened to have at the time. And I'm also going to do a quick save. I did have a crash earlier. So normally I don't have too many crashes in Kenshi. You used to have a lot, but of course that was still early development. So they have improved. Wow, where are you guys going? They have improved that issue in particular, or not one issue, but the overall instance of crashes occurring. They have reduced that. So exciting for us. All right, so this is that hill we were on. And this is about where we all got knocked unconscious. So I'm going to try to be rather cautious when I move through here. I might try to do something like, you know, scout. Not really scouting, right? But I'm trying to look ahead of each of these intersections. It's really hard to use the camera in this area because this whole area is these weird walls with, you know, real high walls, so the camera tries to get a little funky on us. So I think we have to go this direction. We have to go up a couple of these modules. I don't even know what you call this. I do believe I saw at one point a beak thing in here somewhere. So I don't know if they patrol. I don't know if it's a one-off and you know, it got loose or something like that. But yeah, definitely don't want to find a beak thing in here because that is not a lot of room to run, and there's no way we could fight this right now. This is probably, by the way, if you're looking for recommendations, this is still probably too early to be exploring safely. If you don't mind the risk, it's definitely doable. You just have to really micromanage your characters, especially when you're trying to dodge combat and run away and heal up. So I mean, it could be lucrative to explore certain ruins and things like that, but it definitely is dangerous because you really can't stand and fight anything. You need, like, you know, high level characters to be able to fight beak things with decent weapons and, you know, that do special damage. Something failed over here. Somebody tried to do something. Yeah, but weapons that do damage to bigger creatures. So I see some kind of facility up here. So let's go towards that. This is I guess this must be the engineering workshop complex. Maybe it just shows it for both of them. Is there anything up here? I don't see any creatures. Is it running? I just heard, like, engineering noises. Okay, so I like how it like straddles this whole little area here and has like a little cross area, crossover. I hear a lot of noises. Is there something else? Oh, there's a whole nother one over here. Okay, so there's another one here. Is there one more? One notch over? Would it be 3 in a row? All right, let's take a look at what we got in here. We have a couple of... I can see some chests right here. Oh, dang. We haven't trained any lockpicking this entire game, so we're going to have a problem when it comes to opening any of these boxes, unfortunately. I don't think we can even try it. Oh, use strength? Interesting. Is anyone strong enough to just straight up break this? Yeah, I don't think so. What else can we look at here? There's some random boxes. These two things are level 55 and 57 in their complexity. And it looks like we can't use brute strength or anything to open those. That's fine. Let's keep going. Hey, at least we know this exists, though, so we could go work on our lockpicking, and come back. Anything else to pull up? We don't have anything. This is something you interact with, not a storage device. Let's go to the other side here, and we'll take a look. We'll send one person left, one person right. What's in here? Nothing. Okay. Okay, the first thing we found is a hinge. Yay, it's a hinge. It's what we've always wanted. Oh, that's funny. Tools. Didn't I just see an option to use tools to unlock something? Okay, so 13% chance we can try. I'll start him doing that. 3% here. You don't have an ability to do anything with that. But it doesn't look like there's much of anything. Some steel bars here. They're worth something. So we'll pick those up. There's a little tiny box hidden here. Hey, a research artifact. Okay, so an ancient science book is required for higher level, much higher level science. So I don't actually think we have anything that would even need this yet. But it's definitely going to be something you want to stockpile. So whenever you see an ancient science book, I would very strongly encourage you to not let that thing out of your sight. We want to keep those around. They are going to be useful at some point if you plan on doing any base building. I guess I should say that. If you plan on doing base building, they're going to be useful. If not, I guess you can sell them. They are worth 5,000 cats, so that's quite a bit of money. So it's up to you. Maybe if you're playing a playthrough where you are only doing kind of the RPG style, you're only kind of going around and searching for things and fighting, then yeah, then maybe you don't need it. But I still think it's definitely worth it in the long run if you keep those things to your crew and yourself. I'm gonna come have Jade trade with Tobal, and I'm gonna have her take these tools. Now I wonder if tools are consumed based on how much what you use them for. Let's read that again. It doesn't have a marker like a charge. Like these have charges or shots. They tend to break pretty often and are usually discarded after use. Okay, so I guess we just have to get lucky and hope that maybe we can get through this lock with this one kit. And then I guess it might be done after that. So I'll speed up as both of our characters are working on their own separate objectives here. Now, when you fail a lockpick, you do get a skill up. So it's normally what you do is have your character try to pick a lock in the middle of the night. Nice, there's absolutely nothing in here. And you can just let them keep trying to pick the lock over and over and over again, and they'll keep getting better and better. And in fact, now that this lock is at 6%, Tobal can try to pick it. Maybe he'll get good enough that he can try to unlock one of these other chests as well. I doubt that's the case, but you do want them to fail and have a higher, have their lockpicking skill go up. Oh, that's funny. You know what? I'm using the wrong dang person here. Your skill experience, I think, goes down when you're using your arm. Or your stat for it, right? Lockpicking is at negative 60%. Well, that's a waste. You're also at -2 for some reason. -1. Let's just use... Let's use Alice. And we'll see if she can try to lockpick this and start getting her skill up. So Tobal is not going to be our lockpicker, I believe, because he's going to have issues getting into those with his arm being the way it is. So she found another ancient science book. I think at some point I'm going to go back to the main part of the not main part, I guess, the more civilized area here. I'm gonna find maybe in Stack, because I like Stack's location compared to other areas. It's easy to go different directions from Stack. I might buy one of those buildings in Stack and try to put a storage box in there and then start, basically storing a lot of the good loot in there. That things that I don't want to get rid of, but I don't want to sell, and I just want to have for later. Anything around here yet? I've really not been looking at the area. I don't think the beak thing can get into this storage complex though. So that's a nice thing that we've got going for us, right? We can hide. Oh, that's terrifying. Are they on patrol? We really don't want you guys to come around here. We're gonna need you guys to go away. That'd be great. I said they can't come up here. I haven't tried that, so I could be wrong, and they might just be able to just come right on up these stairs and over the bridge. I would hope not. Much like big animals can't come inside of buildings. However, this might not be considered a building traditionally. This might just be a ramp that they can go up, much like a hill. But it looks like they're staying put. I think I see one way over there in the distance. So that one's staying still. Let's just remember that we don't want to go back south. We do want to go over one, I don't know, module? Excuse me, is it, you call these modules? We want to see what's over here. Although for the moment it looks like it's actually empty. It's weird. Okay, so maybe this has nothing. Maybe there's one more down here. Because it's like, there's one here, there's one here. I don't have the camera angle to see if there's anything else. But after this, though, I do believe I will probably try to bring our squad back to normal civilization. Oh, what we haven't checked on in a while is poor Diana. What have you been up to? You're starving. Whoops. Yeah, that's bad news. We don't want to have you starve. Let's send you back to Blister Hill. What I might try to have her do is stay near the city, and I think if she finds a creature that has meat on it, she'll just try to eat it. Oh, it's going to be hard because the raptors don't have good meat. They have like the spoiled meat, so she can't kill a raptor. Maybe I'll have her hang out near Stack, because I have seen bone dogs attack Stack before. So yeah, that's another reason for us to head back home after this. And what I might do is take a break in the video and go ahead and bring the party home. I'll probably just come up the way we came up ourselves. We'll just come right back the way we came. That way I don't explore anything new. And, we started this journey with without an arm. We had much lower skills. We are coming back with some goodies. We've got a motor and another ancient science book. So I'll put those, let's see, who's got the ancient science book? That's Jade. You're too far. Come over here, Jade. And then I'll put the motor on Tobal. Okay, so Alice picked that open. Jade broke open this box. So let's go over here and see if any of the skills Alice got just now. How high are you in lockpicking? 7. That's not bad. Can you lockpick this, though? Nope, still too high. And so probably these are also going to be too high for you as well. Yep. Okay, so she didn't move on those. So let's find out what we want to do. The buckbeaks are somewhere over here. That's terrifying. Oh, there's another metal piece over there. Okay, let's have us go. Let's look around, make sure that there's nothing right around the corner that's going to kill us, immediately. Can we come up here? Are these okay? This is okay here. I don't see any friends. This way, that's a wall-ish. This is what I'm talking about with the camera. This area here is just a nightmare to, which I think it's designed to be. I think it's designed to be difficult to look at, and you almost have to be zoomed in at your character's level in order to... Wow, look at the sense of scale of that. This is a pretty big little, big complex. So we're going to go over one more module or, you know, valley or whatever this is called. There's one more of these facilities here. Let's check that out. And then we'll go out a different way than we came in case we encounter any more of these. But we can't go that way. That's actually a dead end, it looks like. So we'll have to go... Oh, we will have to go back at least a couple of these and maybe go out this way. I want to kind of go out to the north because the north seemed a little safer at first glance than the south did. The south had all those roving patrols. Okay, so another one of these complexes, and I don't see any of our friends right next to us, so I don't think we're going to have any trouble just yet right off the bat. So Alice is our lockpicker right now. These locks are way too complex for her, though. Alright, do we have any goodie boxes that we can just do? Let's see, these are also locked. Yeah, we will have to come back here at some point when we have better skills. And we can do, we can either get her skills up by lockpicking doors at night, like shop doors, or we can have her try to train over at, like, we could wind up actually trying to join the Shinobi Thieves Guild, and we could try to have her use, because they have some facilities that you can use. So we could have her do that. I did say that I don't want to steal from shops, and I'm going to stick with that, but I might use lockpicking at night, like lockpicking a shop in a city at night, as a way to skill that, get your skill up. Okay, so it looks like she's only going to be able to get to this lock, because the rest of them are too high skilled. So I guess we'll just see what she gets from this. Let this roll a bit. It is nice the way lockpicking works. I mean, it's, you know, it's kind of like you just let them start it, and they'll just keep going and going and going. I think it'd be neat if there was a failure chance where you you kind of broke your lockpick. Like in D&D, you basically can get the lockpick stuck in the lock, and it makes the DC, the difficulty check, harder each time you fail. Oh, this is decent. So we found some robotics components. I don't think this is something we can use to repair our arm, but it might give us enough money to buy a robotics repair kit, which I think is what we need to repair our arm with. Oh, side note, before I forget, because we are going back home, I'm going to take my arm off right now because I don't want to forget about that, and then all of a sudden the Holy Nation are up in holy arms about my unholy arm. So let's go back this way, maybe. Might not have been smart. This was where the Buckbeaks were around. Okay, so we're going to have them come out of our compound. Go this way. Go this way. Do I see anything that's absolutely horrifying? Not yet. Not that I could, you know, really see anything anyways. I'm going to just give them a map direction, so I'm going to have them just come out over here. And they'll self-navigate to the best. Oop, nope, they're going to get confused. I'll have them come like this, right out there. Okay. And I'll just try to keep an eye out to hope that we don't run into anything absolutely horrendous. Lots of swamp things. Okay. I don't see anything in front of us. There is some kind of pack of somebody's. Who's this? This is a bunch of Band of Bones. I think this is another bandit group. Let's get down here and go quiet. We'll have to see which way the Band of Bones is going. We need to exit this area, and unfortunately, they're in the way. But we're not pressed. I don't think no one's coming out, and I don't know if they're coming in or not. They seem to be passing right in front. So we'll sneak up this hill. And this is working on our sneak skill. I don't know how much we're going to need this down the road. Alright, I think we're okay. Let's go ahead and stop sneaking and start running. We'll get out into an area that we can see. But it's not quite as dark. Well, it's going to be dark, but it's not quite as trapped with trees and stuff. Okay, so we are on the Spider Plains. Oh, that's lovely. Alright, guys, I think this is where I want to be here. I'm going to start navigating us back home. I'll probably take this route up the coast here. Coast meaning, I guess, compared to the swamp. It's the coast of the swamp, if that makes sense. And I'll try to stay out of any fights and just get us home in one piece. And I think I'll still, this is kind of still short, so I'll just fast forward until we're back into civilization, and then I'll bring everything back. Okay, so we are back in, we're kind of in the borderlands right now, but I consider that to be home territory at this point. It's fairly safe. We're not even all that stronger. We went out traveling. We did come back with some skill gains, though. It looks like Rin has actually got quite a few skill points in attack defense, some dex and toughness skill ups. Everyone's a little tougher, I think, because they've all taken some damage and gotten knocked out a bit. So that's always useful. And we did come back with probably equal money. We're not going to come back super rich from that little foray, but we did. We learned a little bit about ourselves, right? We learned that I don't make the best decisions sometimes, and that sometimes it's not a bad idea just to fold up and take the damage. I think that we had that fight with the swamp ninjas, but at first we were getting chased by the red sabers. So I wonder if, because the red sabers overall were weaker than the sand ninjas, so it might have been a better idea just to kind of eat it, like just let our people get beat up to the sand ninjas, because they wouldn't have taken as much damage up front. I was really concerned that the the swamp ninjas, sorry, it's like I keep using the wrong term. The swamp ninjas were going to just completely kill us in one shot, or we could have lost a limb. We definitely could have lost a limb there. Speaking of limbs, I did take mine off, right? Yeah. So I think we got lucky there. Hey, Diana, good to see you still alive. Next episode, we're going to do a little housekeeping. I need to get some food for our folks here. Diana is starving, and the rest of our folks are going to start getting really hungry. So I think I'm going to go out and maybe we'll go start fighting. We've got enough money. Once we sell everything, we should have enough money to... Wow, it's a little bloody in here. What have you guys been doing? We'll have enough money to probably... Yeah, well, we should have enough money to recruit a couple more people. And then maybe we can start beating up on some river raptors. And we can do... maybe I'll do an episode where I kind of skip ahead a bit. And I can just go kill a couple of packs of river raptors and get the leather. We get the food, so we can make the food, right? So it's a little grindy, but hey, at least we did it ourselves, and we didn't rely on the city guards to kill it for us. So I'm going to go find a salesperson. I'm going to find a shop, and I'm going to try to sell some of our goodies that we have. Oh, man, we lost a ton. This was worth, like... Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong thing. The robotics is what's worth a lot of money. Okay, good. We'll sell that. Not going to sell my arm because that would suck. We're going to keep these books, even though they are worth a lot of money. It's actually considered illegal in Holy Nation territory as well. And everything else looks okay. So now we're sitting at 7,000 again. That seems to be like the amount of money we always wind up with. So maybe to close out this episode, let's go recruiting, right? Let's go see who's willing to join the unbroken, the unyielding, right? Also, I didn't... I think I went to Clown Steady last episode, but I didn't really show much about the town itself. There was a lot of people in the bar in Clown Steady that were recruitable. So if you're like really desperate to find people to join you, maybe Clown Steady would be a good option, because they had a ton of people there. And at the time, I don't think I had the money to do any heavy recruiting because I hadn't sold stuff yet. Or at the time, we haven't even found those items yet. But yeah, Clown Study may be a definite go-to for recruitment. Okay, what about this bar here? Was this what we just went to? This one only has... Oh, we've got somebody. Who are you? Long Stoat. An engineer. No, we really don't want an engineer. We need just a generic person. Hep. A medic? A medic wouldn't be bad, but we can train anyone in medic skills. He might start at like 40 in medic skill, but we can train them up, and then we don't have to pay 6,000 cats for it. So, yeah, I think I'm going to say a hard pass on that one. But what I'll do between episodes here is I will run us over to Blister Hill and try to find some more recruits for us. I won't hire them until we have an episode going, I think. But that should let us get more people on board, and we are still working on expanding our squad. My goal right now, is to have 10 people in the unyielding squad. So we need to hire 5 more people, so we need another 15,000 roughly. And then I'm going to start doing my training. And then we're going to have a decent-sized squad to start doing some hefty exploration with. And that's what I want to do. I think I will get to base building. I promise that I will get to base building at some point. But I want to make sure that our first squad can protect the base from marauding bandits. So I want to have a decently experienced squad. I want to have them relatively geared up. I mean, they're not going to have anything amazing, but they can definitely have some decent loot that they've probably taken from enemies or people they've just found on the road. So that's my goal for the next couple of episodes, is to continue to expand our squad here and start to get them skilled up, and then maybe we explored to the south a bit, down here to the hub. Sorry, the grid. Maybe on the way back I found this little berserker village too, but maybe we'll explore the foggy lands here. Maybe we'll take a run to the north. We've already been out in the desert. We could make a return to the desert. We could see, the differences now based on, when we started and how tough we are now. That might be a nice complete circle for us, right? Ooh, there's going to be some fighting up here. I might stop and loot these dogs to get their meat. I think that's what I'm going to do because we're all a little bit hungry. All right. Thank you so much for joining me again. And just a note to folks who are subscribing or want to subscribe. Thank you again for your support. The support lately has been impressive and just really, really exciting. So I'm really happy to have the reception to this series and other series that I have had. So yeah, thank you so much, guys. I will continue to make these videos for Kenshi. I think I've got a couple other series coming out. I'm going to do a Let's Play of Stellaris coming up because I really want to get into that new Stellaris expansion. So we're definitely going to be doing that as well. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. I'll go explore these corpses here and see if they've got any sweet loot. But otherwise, I will see you in the next episode.